The more journeys you make, the more directions they take, said Skallagrim to Thorolf, when Thorolf was sharing with his father that he wanted to go on a journey. And Skallagrim says, the more journeys you make, the more directions they take. But you know what Thorolf says? Thorolf replied that he still wanted to make the journey, because the journey was a call, was this intuition, was this connection with his divine, that he knew he needed to make this journey to Iceland. Something that Skallagrim in that moment did not understand, why Thorolf was not satisfied with the journeys he already made, with the wealth he already made. But for Thorolf it wasn't about that. It was about this calling that he knew that he needed to make the journey. And so what about those of us today who have this connection? I almost want to say, not contract, but agreement with the divine, with divine madness. Like Freya and Oder, she has this union, this relationship, this agreement with divine madness. What about those of us who are here on this planet, in this time, in agreement with the divine to do the work? And we are led on so many different journeys, and they do take us in many directions. But how do we stay focused? How do we work with that divine madness, that divine magic, with the awareness that we are here to do the work, right? We are like Thorolf. We hear the call. We know the call. We are prepared to go on those journeys, no matter the fact that they will take us in many directions. We need to be prepared for the many directions that life can take us. We release our expectations of reality and allow reality to be pure experience. We release our expectations of reality and allow reality to become experience. And so I'm going to talk about 4 practical tools that you and I can use to go on these journeys and to embrace the directions they may take us. The first one, I'm going to bring in the runes. So, I've been thinking a lot about dagas. Here, let's get closer. Dagas. It represents dag is the word for day. And you see here, coming to center, this is like day and night and the middle. You are the connection between the past and the future. You are holding hands with the past, which is that which made you, and the experiences that formed you as you are. That past is living in you now. It is like a continual landscape. There is no before or after. It is a continuum, right? And then at that meeting point, which is you, there is the open future, the open potential of all the directions those journeys can take. It is that open field of potential, and you are at that center point between past and future. You are at that center point of past and future, holding hands with both directions. Okay, great. So we are the center point. Woo, what does that mean? How do we use that? That's beautiful to say, like, yes, we are the middle and the present, and we are connected to the past and future. Fantastic. But how do you work with that, right? How do you work with that? We can say pretty words all day, but we're here to do the work, so how do we fucking work it? Excuse my language. I'm gonna share a dream with you. So, there was a period where I was going through a lot of mental turmoil. I didn't know if I was on the right path, if I was doing the right things. I was in a lot of distress. I was alone, and when I mean alone, like I was living off the grid in the wilderness, pretty much alone. No Wi-Fi, no technology. It was great, but I was also very alone and not sure if I was on the right track. And I asked for a dream. And as a side note, guys, ask for dreams with your heart. You can ask for dreams. Dreams are messages from the gods, from the divine, from life itself. We are releasing DMT. Why do you think that we as beings receive DMT? So we can receive these instructions too. So listen to your dreams. Ask for dreams. Okay, so I had a dream. And that night, I dreamt that I was a rock. I was 100% a solid gray stone. And the stone was on a dirt path. And then I became the path that the stone was on. And then as the dream went on, I became a person walking on that path. And I was walking on that path with a small group of women. And we were humans of, like, early humans. Not modern day humans, but like early humans. And we were walking on this path together. And I remember in that dream, I became thirsty and asked for water. And one of the women handed me a cup. She said, "You may drink, but first we give to our elders." There was an elder woman in the group, and I gave her the water so she could drink first. And I woke up from that dream feeling such a sense of calm and relief. Because first, you are just the rock. Just simply be. Simply be. The fact that you are here is already the first step. Just be. Just be. And then you will be the path. It's like when you're growing up, you're not aware of so many things, and then you hit a certain age and more of life reveals itself to you. The more experiences you have, the more that life reveals itself to you, the more the path. You are just simply walking the path. You are the path. Even if you're not aware, right? You are the stone. You're just simply you. And then you walk. And as you are the path, you gain awareness, and then, my friends, you are the being walking the path. Then you are the being walking the path. And it is a gradual, natural process. Trusting intuition, trusting divine madness, trusting the journey as it unfolds. And remember to nourish our elders, to nourish those who have walked the paths before us and who continue to walk the path with us, because they are the knowledge keepers, they are the wisdom keepers. Nourish our elders first, because it is reciprocal, cyclical reciprocal. So I woke up from that dream joyful, very joyful, because it's like, woohoo, I can just be the rock. I don't need to worry, because it will happen gradually as I gain awareness, as the path reveals itself. Then life will bring me into a state of awareness in which I can consciously walk the path with others who are walking the path, with a remembrance of nourishment, right? So that's the first one. Be the stone. Be the stone. Become really present with yourself. Become present with yourself. Use your senses to do that. We're here with the senses we have for a particular purpose. Use them. Feel your skin. Feel your feet against the earth. Feel the wind across your face. Use your senses. Become into this body. For the longest time, I went through a period where I was not in my body. I was not in my body. And I saw this being who I am as so foreign to me. And it took me a long, long, long time of integration to come back to this. And it is, your vessel is a beautiful thing with beautiful capabilities. So use your senses. Surround yourself with beauty. Intune yourself. Be really present. Be really present with yourself. Do movement that gets you grounded, right? Like, be the rock. Be the stone. Be present. And again, release expectation, because things will naturally reveal themselves to you once you can be the rock. Just be. Just. Got it? Okay. You don't have to do, I'm gonna add one more thing to that. You don't have to do all of these crazy meditations, or you don't have to psych yourself out of, I must have a clear mind, and that just creates more worry and more expectation and more pressure on yourself. Those things are great. I highly recommend meditation and stretching. Those are really great ways to get in tune with your body. But when you do it, don't put self-judgment on yourself. Don't psych yourself out more by trying to have an experience. Just be in the experience. That's the point. That's the point, my loves. Be in the experience. Okay. Following that, here's my camera.